All right, it's a nice day at Stow Acres. We got overcast, about 70 degrees. The weather's nice. It's finally cooled off from the hot days we had. And we're going to go out here and have a little fun. And everybody's ready. And it's on and popping. There you go.
Brooke. I'm out here at the second annual Rediscover Mapledale golf tournament. Very excited to be here today. We've got a fantastic day, fantastic weather. We have doubled the amount of golfers that we have this year. We have 80 wonderful golfers that are ready to tee off for a fantastic cause, leading up to our centennial celebration next year, which is the 100-year anniversary of Robert H. Hawkins founding Mapledale right here in Stow, Massachusetts. So thanks to all of our amazing sponsors, Gingero Homes and Boxborough Craft Food Halls. Looking forward to an amazing day and hope to see you all next year.
Catherine Hamill. I'm with the Rotary Club of Neshoba Valley, and we've been part of the Rediscover Mapledale project from the start. And we've been really excited to be participating in fundraising for the historic plaques throughout the course and being part of the committee. So it's been really fun. So,
how are you as a golfer?
I'm terrible. I like a scramble because I can use their best ball.
Well, good luck today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we are here today at the Robert H. Hawkins Memorial Golf Tournament, and this is Gingero of Gingero Homes, and she is our gold sponsor for the second year in a row. Jen, how are we going to play today?
We're going to go outside, and we're going to have some fun, and may the best woman win.
And we do have a lot of women out there. We've got a lot of black golfers, and we are supporting the UGA and the UGC in this Memorial Golf Tournament today.
What is the UGA and the UGC?
The United Golfers Association, which was created in 1925 as a way to the PGA. No one could golf in the PGA, so the UGA was for colored golfers, and it still operates today. It had the first 3 competitive golf tournaments right here at Mapledale Country Club in 1926, 1927, and 1928, and the UGA is still in operation. But Marcos is here from the Urban Golf Club it's actually located in Boston, and it helps students after school learn financial literacy and how to play golf and become successful. Yes.
She's the best.
Right, as the winner, how do you feel about today?
I'm pretty excited about returning and defending the championship, but more importantly, coming back and supporting the cause, Rediscover Mapledale, and the whole situation is one, eye-opening, educational, and two, such a great experience.
And who's your partner?
This would be Deborah Watson, who is the wife of a wife of an ex-co-worker, Mr. Eric Watson, one of my mentors. We both worked at Boston Fire Department. I'm still there. Eric has passed along, unfortunately, but he lives along a great legacy of not only golf, but education, knowledge, wisdom for a lot of us younger black firefighters. I'm going to be more specific on that. And this is his lovely wife, who is actually an educator. And here we go.
Well, good luck today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Please make your way to your golf carts. We're going to announce the format of play and get out on the golf course. But before that, we have Siwoo Kim is going to sing the national anthem for us this morning. So please The American flag is behind us in the distance outside the pro shop door, so if you want to come out in front of your carts here for Siwoo Kim.
Okay, just come down and then we'll get the golf cart.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Great job. Keep the play moving, 15 minutes a hole, and we'll see if we get everybody back in the clubhouse for about 1:30 for lunch this afternoon. Have a great time out there today. 10 through 18, please take a right-hand turn, head up 18 fairway, and 9 and 1, take the left across the way.
Welcome to the second annual Robert H. Hawkins Memorial Golf Tournament. I'm Stacey Goldman. You all survived. I feel like this was a trial by rain. You all did great. I'm Stacey Goldman. I'm the president of Rediscover Mapledale, your hosts for this tournament and lunch. We have a full list of speakers for you, but I hope that you'll all forgive me for doing sort of the job of a board president, which is thanking people. First on my list to thank, of course, is Stow for hosting us and for continually partnering with us to tell the story of Mapledale and Congregation. Thank you. I also need to thank our gold sponsors, Kraft Food Halls and Gengero Homes. They make this tournament possible as well. Next, I want to thank the Rediscover Mapledale Board of Directors. Will you please raise your hands if you're on the board and you are in the room, board members? Some of them are. We actually officially became a nonprofit organization of our own just this year, January. Before we were under the auspices of the Stow Historical Society, and that really wouldn't have been possible without a group of board members that agreed to sort of jump into the fray with us. So we're very, very grateful to that. We also had a really exciting year this year. We launched a new website, which most of you, if you registered this year and also last year, you will notice a huge difference. I want to thank our designer, Justin Jenkins, for helping us work on that. And I also want to thank Justin and the amazing work of our friends Catherine Harris and Doug Stark at Interpreting Sports. Our Mapledale history stations that were on the course, I really hope you saw them, were designed by Justin, and they were written and curated by Catherine and Doug, and they're just so amazing. You've all got QR codes all over your tables asking you to fill out a survey about them. We want to submit them for an award. So please help us submit them for an award by letting us know what you thought of them. All right. One of our biggest accomplishments this year was developing school curriculum materials that we'll soon be making available for free on our website to all educators in our department, in our school district and outside of it. We owe a huge debt to this incredible team of educators at Multicultural Classrooms. So another thank you to them for helping us make that happen. They created these materials that go from elementary school age all the way through high school. And we're going to use them not only in the classroom, but also hopefully to host field trips with students here at Stow Acres. We're also in debt to all the grant funders who helped us make that educational material possible. So the Stow, Bolton, Lancaster, and Acton Cultural Councils, and we're especially grateful for our incredible partnership with the Freedoms Way National Heritage Area. Rediscover Mapledale wouldn't exist as it does right now without the support of the National Heritage Area, who do a ton of incredible work. So also write to your Congress people about how important national parks and national heritage areas are to local work, because we really, really need them. Next, I have to thank all of you, our golfers. Give yourselves a round of applause. You came out in the rain, and you've made our tournament twice as successful as it was last year. Last year, we had 32 golfers, and this year we have 72. Yeah, it's incredible. This tournament is our organization's only fundraiser. So your help making it successful goes a long way to fund our work as a mission-driven nonprofit organization. Your attendance also supports the work of two other incredibly important and excellent organizations that are dedicated to living and passing on Robert H. Hawkins' work to the next generation of golfers, the Urban Golf Club and the United Golfers Association. We are so honored to be able to share our success with them, because they're doing, the real actual work in the field, getting more people golfing, getting a more diverse field of golfers on the course, and that's so important. Okay. All the money that Rediscover Mapledale takes home from this tournament is going to go right back into funding our work in 2026, which is the 100th anniversary of Robert H. Hawkins buying and building the Mapledale Country Club on this property, in this clubhouse. This was his clubhouse. You are here right now, and we are 99 years in of golf on this space. We have lots of plans for next year, including programming, educational activities. You'll be hearing about that very soon. So if you want to continue supporting the work we do, please stay tuned, watch our website, join our mailing list, and you can donate to us anytime at rediscovermapledale.org. You can make a recurring donation or a one-time donation. Anything really helps us get all of this work off the ground. And I lied, my job is to do two things. It's to thank people and ask for money. So thanks. So my last thank you is for our tournament committee. Mary Brooke Delano, sorry, Mary Brooke, Lindsay Dida, and especially Rediscover Mapledale's treasurer and our tournament committee chair, Kelly Lawler. Where is she? She's literally right there. I bet you all thought that Kelly was the president of this organization. Where is she? Just got off. I'm thanking you. Kelly draws from a seemingly impossible well of energy to make this event happen. And I think you all know her probably way better than you know me. Probably most of you are seeing me for the first time right now. So really a lot of this, all of this really goes to Kelly. She is incredible. All right, finally, this is my last thing. The story of Robert Hawkins and the Mapledale Country Club was on its way to being lost in our community. And we've been working really, really hard to shine a light back on his story, which is naturally important in the history of sport. But for those of you who are from Stow or who are locals, I like to insert a reminder that golf is really a cornerstone of this town's identity. People are like, oh, you're from Stow? I've never heard of it. Or, oh, you're from Stow? That's where all the golf is. Those are the two things that we kind of get, golf and apple orchards. And that story, the identity of being a golf town, starts here. And it started with Robert Hawkins at Mapledale Country Club and his vision of a country club and a golf tournament that would give black golfers the opportunity to play and compete at all levels, just as they deserve to. We owe a huge piece of modern Stow to Robert Hawkins, and I hope that we are now never going to forget. All right. I'm going to pass this off to Gardy Derulo of Craft Food Halls, one of our gold sponsors.
Thank you, Madam President. I feel like this mic is too hot for my voice. My name is Gardy Derulo. I've been married 13 years. This coming September, I got 3 kids, a 10-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 7-year-old. And that comes first place over everything. Next, right after that, I have 14 restaurants. We started in 2019. When I started, it was wild because we opened October 17th, 2019. That's the appropriate reaction. I opened my second one on October 16th, 2020 in Lexington, Massachusetts. Also the appropriate reaction. What's critical to understand is that none of this is possible without people getting together and doing something amazing. And being a part of this golf tournament, I've only been golfing for a year. You can attest to that. And I got into it because of my director of culinary, and he said this is something good for you to get into because I spent all my life, all my time doing things for other people, and I needed to do something for myself. But what I found most is getting into the community of golfing and finding how incredible this community is, how supportive this community is. So I'm grateful to be here. Our location in Boxborough is really what connects us with Stow. It's very nearby. A lot of people who live in Stow have been to my location there, and they've been the most kind and generous people I've ever met. So it's an absolute blessing to be able to sponsor this year. It's an absolute blessing to be able to do this for like 62 years together. The last thing I want to leave you with, the reason why we're successful, it's not really because of anything special. Food is food, right? It's a vehicle. It's what brings people together. It does what it does. Whether it's mediocre, whether it's great, it's going to get you together. But what we do, our company policy is you don't have to like anyone, you have to love everyone. And there's a lot of love in this room. My mission statement is to represent love both in hospitality and in life. And so we take that foundation and we allow people to heal in our spaces. So for example, our dishwasher on day 1, doesn't matter, day 1, they get 4 weeks paid vacation because we understand that most of them are migrants. Most of them work 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs. Most of them will send the money back home. Most of them will not have the confidence to speak up in the community. But if you allow them to rest, if you allow them to trust you, then they'll start building. If they build within my 4 walls, then they'll be able to build in their community. They'll be able to be a part of the community. So that when their kids get bullied in school, they'll actually be able to show up. That's our mission, that's our vision, and that's the foundation of our values. I'm grateful to be here. Again, my name is Gardy Derulo, and I love you.
Thank you so much. I am Kelly Lawler, golf tournament organizer extraordinaire. Yeah, we're real professional. I'm just kidding. We had a great day today, and I really like how Gardy talked about community, because this started in a library as a community project where we learned about Robert H. Hawkins, and we wanted everyone in Stow, everyone in America, to know about Robert H. Hawkins and Mapledale Country Club. We were inspired by an article in the New Yorker that said over 95,000 places on the National Historic Register, only 2% were African American. And we know that African American history is American history, so that's why we're all here today. And there's no one that really represents community as much as my dear friend, Denise Satterfield. We talked together for a long time, and she's gonna say a few words.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate your introduction. I've been friends with Kelly for quite a few years. We taught together at Shrewsbury High School. I'm still a teacher at Shrewsbury High School, but as a side craft, I do make custom dolls, one-of-a-kind art dolls, so that's something that is auctioned there. And I was so blessed and pleased when she called me and asked me if I could make that tribute to Robert Hawkins. I didn't know who Robert Hawkins was, but of course now I had to do my research, and I researched what was going on at the time. I researched the type of golf clothes they wore, etc., and it was a really exciting project for me to be able to create that. And what I learned in 1926 was that our access as Black people to golf courses and country clubs was severely limited. So now I look at where we are in 2026, and I say, wow, we have access, we're able to go to the golf clubs that are offered in this country. And what my hope for 21-26 is that not only are we able to go, is that we feel welcome. And I feel extremely welcomed here today. I appreciate you inviting me, and I appreciate being here. I so value my friendship with Kelly. Kelly is not just a talker, Kelly is a doer. So Kelly is committed to equality, justice. She's just not a person that is not racist. She is an anti-racist. So that means that Kelly puts action. It takes action to be what Kelly is. And she puts her heart and her soul into helping and into forwarding equality and equity for everyone. And I'm just so blessed to be her friend, and I just appreciate her so much, and I appreciate being here today. So thank you so much.
And if you haven't, the doll is right there. Robert H. Hawkins, he's sitting right there. We have 30 minutes left of the silent auction, so I hope everyone can just make sure that they get over there. We just have a few more speeches, and Marcos, if you could come on down, the Urban Golf Club. You want to get behind here? Any thoughts?
Hello everyone. I am the founder, CEO, president of Urban Golf Club. I teach inner city kids in Boston golf and financial literacy. Financial literacy is definitely, one of the most important things I think a kid can understand in their early years. There's definitely not enough of that being taught in high schools, and I feel like I'm one of the gateways for that. So golf and financial literacy, I get kids caddying. I grew up caddying at the Country Club in Brookline, and I have 2 kids working there now, making money and making sure they don't spend it on stupid stuff, you know what I mean? But other than that, I've been working with the Boys and Girls Club on Talbot Ave in Dorchester, and we've been doing, let's say, half of the class is in the gym hitting golf balls, foam golf balls. And then the other half was we were putting together a lemonade stand. So we did about 5 months of golf and setting up a lemonade stand. And then last month in June, we Went out to Franklin Park, set up in the middle of the golf course, and stayed out there for an hour and sold lemonade and candy and fruit. And the kids had a blast, and I'll be doing that hopefully again with the Boys and Girls Club at a different location, and hopefully the same with YMCAs and different city-run community centers all across Boston. So, Kelly has just been really great in setting this up, and I'm proud to be a recipient of this tournament, and every dollar is going to be put towards the kids. So I thank you guys very much, and Kelly, Kelly. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to invite JT Toole from the Stow Select Board up to say a few words. Take your time, JT.
I was here last year, and I asked Kelly, what are 3 things you want to get accomplished in 1 year? Because I'm results-oriented. She said, I want to grow Mapledale. She did, with her team. It's incorporated. She said she wanted to be able to set up some sort of a program with youth. That's now happening this fall, as you heard. And she said she wanted more of a presence out there in the realm of electronics and everything else. Well, that's all taken place, and actually, it's been published. That's an example of somebody who has a belief through their own blood, sweat, and tears, which I'm sure there are few. It's been accomplished. But as she will tell you, it's not done by herself. It's done by all of you. So I applaud each and every one of you. And I humbly stand here to say, job well done.
All right, and if I did have Bob Bellinger, Dr. Bob Bellinger, a member of our board and an incredible public historian. Knock him dead.
Thank you. And thank all of you for coming out today and making this a huge success. Thank you to Kelly, thank you to the board, thank you to everyone who's had a hand in this. What I want to do today is just talk a little bit about some of the early history of golf. Now, we know that after a brief flirtation with golf in the 18th century, it left these shores and didn't return until the 1880s. I will try to be brief because it's hard to compete with you guys having spent the day out on the links, which has been described as a place where it's never not beautiful. So I will try to be brief. Golf, as we've heard, is about relationships. Human to human, earth to sky, ocean to land, land to golf, and all of that born out of a desire for excellence. When golf first began to be played in the U.S. in the late 19th century, there were some skeptics about whether it would catch on and be popular. An article in the New York Herald in 1891 said that it was a game for the few, not the many. It went on to say, delightful though it be to the players and expert lookers on, it is, and no doubt always will be, Greek and Hebrew to the crowd. And this is for self-evident reasons. In the first place, it compels the spectators to walk, and walk through rugged country. The Americans who would dare to foot it over hill and dale for many hours in pursuit of a small ball are very rare. Then it is much less showy game than baseball. Lastly, And this, I fancy, is not the least of the causes which would make it fashionable. It is expensive. Now, early on, golf was connected with wealth and leisure, right? As golf was coming back into the U.S., it was also a time when country clubs were being established. The first being in 1882, the Country Club in Brookline, Massachusetts. And over time, several more were developed. And these were private clubs. It was a consortium of those clubs that in 1894 founded the USGA. But that's not the whole story of golf. By the early 1890s, African Americans were playing golf in fields, in parks, and on courses. A good example of this, and I've mentioned before, is George Francis Grant, who in 1871, when he became a faculty member at Harvard Dental School, was one of the first black faculty in Harvard. He used to play near his home in Arlington Heights with other folks. And out of frustration of having to take sand to build little mounds to tee off, he created a golf tee, which he patented in 1899, the first with golf tee patented. So it's an interesting way that African Americans are connected to the game from the very earliest. Also, connected to the game in the 1890s were people of Native American descent. Many of them were among those who worked on those early golf courses that were being built. And that was very significant. But now, one other thing that comes up in the 1890s, in the evening transcript, there were articles about golf. One was titled Golf for the People. And it was talking about building a public golf course in Franklin Park. Another article followed that said, and it was talking about building a second short 6-hole golf course because it was so popular. And it said, so many people who do not know how to play golf have applied for permission to play at Franklin Park that the putting in of a new course is more than probable. And then it went on to say there is an especially large number of ladies who would like to learn to play, but who are not members of golf clubs and who, finding it inconvenient to join one of the clubs outside the city, have had no opportunity to learn. So with this one fell stroke, he was talking about golf for the people, making it available to everyone, and also about the inclusiveness of women in the games. Now, it's been said by many that at this time period, there was a concern because the professionals in golf were from Europe. And so there were questions about where would the first American golf pros come from. In May of 1896, an article said, it was expected that the great American golfer would come from the ranks of the upper classes as the sport is most affected by them. It seems, however, that one of the best, if not the best, of all players of golf in this country is a little 16-year-old colored boy named John Shippen, a caddy at the Shinnecock Hills Golf Club in Southampton, New York. That in itself puts into perspective what Marcos was saying about caddying and having young people caddy. It was from the ranks of the caddies that they saw the new professional golfers coming. And it was a short time after that, in the second U.S. Open, played at Shinnecock Hills, that John Shippen became the first American-born golfer to play professionally. Along with him, however, was Oscar Bunn, a friend. They had both been part of building the Shinnecock Hills. They had caddied there, had learned from Willie Dunn, who was the golf pro. And the only reason Oscar Bunn did not get recognized as the first American-born golf pro was because he was Native American. And Native Americans were not considered citizens until 1924. But Oscar Bunn and John Shippen were the first two American-born golf pros. Now, by the 1920s, golf was spreading in ways that people could not imagine. It was getting such popularity among people who lived in cities and who couldn't always make it to the golf courses that there was a whole host of mini golf courses created for people to play on. People learned the game there, people taught lessons there, people practiced their games there. But there was a whole host of them in cities around the country. It also spread into the historically black colleges and universities, and golf teams were formed. In 1926, Tuskegee University in Alabama built a 9-hole golf course. Wilberforce University in Ohio did as well. And we know that's the same year that Robert Hawkins built Mapledale. And it was the result of a life invested in the game of golf and a desire to make it more accessible. The Boston Globe said it was a course in the first golf course, 9-hole golf course in the country to be designed, operated, and run by an African American. Also, this was a country club, as we've heard. This was the banquet hall. There was a swimming pool. There were all kinds of other games that could be played. There was horseback riding. There were winter sports. This was a major establishment designed to give access to African Americans. He also had a hand in creating the UGA, the United Golf Association, which this year is celebrating its centennial. Now, in concluding, I will just say that as a late 19th century, early 20th century golf pro said, Harry Vardon, golf is a game of freedom. But I will close with something that points to next year's centennial and the 100-year celebration of Mapledale. It's the words of Frank DeFina, Native American golf professional, course designer, and a teacher who is known as the longest working golf pro in history, having taught for about 70 years. When he was asked, how long does it take to learn the game of golf? He responded, the first 100 years are the hardest. Thank you.
All right, final speakers on our roster are our wonderful friends from Interpreting Sports, Catherine Harris and Doug Stark.
Hi, everybody. It's really good to be here with all of you. I'm Catherine Harris, the founder and CEO of Interpreting Sports, here with my co-developer, Doug Stark. We have the distinct honor and privilege of formally introducing the 100th anniversary celebration centennial year and kicking it off right here with all of you. We've had the privilege of researching Robert Hawkins with Rediscover Mapledale for the last 2 years and really getting to understand the impact that he had, not only on this community, but really a national and global impact that he had. And we also know that this is new history in a way to this community and would be new history to the country. And we really believe in the importance of spreading this message as far as we can during this really great opportunity we had of the 100th anniversary. So here in Stow, there's going to be some special things happening for the 100th anniversary year. You've already heard about some of them. There's an educational program that's available and field trips that are going to start as early as this fall, so that we can start educating young school children on the importance of this history. We are in the process of securing funding for an exhibit that we hope to exhibit next year, hopefully in the spring, that will be here for the golf tournament next year. And the golf tournament is going to be a bigger celebration than we've had yet at these two. We're going to try to emulate Hawkins, the spirit of Hawkins golf tournaments and celebrations a little bit more. So stay tuned for the announcements on what's coming for that. For now, we are formally kicking off the 100th anniversary. It actually sort of begins now as we enter into the 100th year. Hawkins tournaments were always held on Labor Day weekend, so we have a little month buffer to kind of get to where the 100th centennial actually begins, but we're ushering it in now, and it will last all through 2026. And the call that we have to all of you, our community who is excited and passionate and keeps showing up, is begin to think about who you know, who might be sitting in high places, who might have access to the media or a national voice, or who might know someone who knows someone that does. Because we just feel really passionate that not enough people quite know this story yet for it to have caught fire, but as soon as they do, it's going to. And we would really love the 100th anniversary. We would like to see some high-profile people coming into this town to see what Hawkins did and to understand what this really meant to the beginning of both black golf and just golf in America and how this has impacted the sport. So think big. Think as big as you can. I'll just whisper softly, I'm thinking Tiger Woods. I want to think as big as that and everything below it, because I don't know why it wouldn't matter to every single black golfer in the country and every single American to understand what the impact of Hawkins' legacy. So we have the honor of being here, all of us, at this humble beginnings of what I really think is going to spread with the help of everyone that's here. So with that being said, welcome to the 100th anniversary centennial year of Robert H. Hawkins and Mapledale.
All right, you've listened to enough talking. Now let's get to prizes. Which of you is best at golfing?
Let's see.
Dave is going to come up, and he's going to announce the prize winners. By the way, Dave is also the vice president of Rediscover Mapledale, in addition to running Stow. So he's the guy.
All right, congratulations, everybody. You're all winners today. I'm going to go over and grab my prizes and bring them a little closer before I start the speech. Hang on one second. All right, super. We're going to start with third place. All right, third place today was 10 under par. Okay, I think some good scoring out there today. Third place was Team 15A, Marcia Stevens, Ricardo Stevens, Nathan Daly, and their guest. We don't know the player number 4. And our fourth player was Cairo Fitz. All right. There was a tie for the low score today at 14 under par. And for the tiebreaker, we start at the hardest hole on the golf course and go backwards from there. Both teams tied the first 4 most difficult holes on the golf course. And then on the 5th most difficult hole, which is hole number 7. Just think about it, not good for you guys. Our second place winners at 14 under, Brian Lawler, Nick Welch, Jay Fairley, and Isaac Aaron.
When you had it 4 times and Giles. Oh, thank you. Absolutely. Thank you, Jay. Good play. Thank you. Good job. 7 guys. Damn it.
All right, that leaves our winner, first place in the team competition, Team 12B, Tommy Hilperts, Mark Batchelor, Herb Klein, and Kyle Stanley. Just like the second place team, they shot 14 under par.
We can leave him in the shop for Kyle and Tommy, or I'll keep him here.
Thank you. Thanks.
So pick up the lofts that you guys want when you get over the table. I'll come over. Okay.
All right, in addition to the team events we had 3 individual contests today. The closest to pin contests. Our ladies closest to pin today, Karen Martin. All right, and our
Karen.
Next year in class.
All right, our men's closest to pin winner was Garrett Glazer. All right, and I know our long drive, actually those were our longest drives. The longest drive man was Garrett Glazer, longest drive. Our closest to pin winner was Tommy Hilperts. I know Tommy had to leave earlier, but I'll hang on to the prize for Tommy, but Tommy was our closest to pin. The distance was 6 feet 6 inches. All right, those are our competition winners, and we're going to move on to the auction. All right, here come the auction winners.
No, I'm going to do it.
You want me to? I'm out.
Okay. You can tell them to come to me. I'll stay there.
You can stay in your seats for these. We're just going to announce the winners of each prize, and the winners, please check in the corner to pay your winning and get your prize. All right, the winner for the Robert Hawkins figurine is Derek Fowler. For the horseshoe set is Sean McKenna. For the lottery tree, we have Jay Fairley.
What was it? Lottery tree? Sorry. Right?
All right, for the Stow Acres foursome, we have Mo Batoni. Yeah. All right, and we have another winner of the sports tours, Jay Fairley. All right, the ballroom dance lessons, Gardy.
Donated it.
That's a great donation.
All right, the cigar and whiskey basket is Brian Lawler. Just because I love it, we're going to say that Brian and his guests there donated the prize and then bid to win it. All right, and thank you, Sean McKenna. We've got a great bid amount here. He went double the face value of the Boston Celtics tickets. Sean McKenna. All right, if you've heard your name called, at this point you can head on over to the corner and check on out with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to the second annual Robert Hawkins Golf Tournament. I really appreciate it and hope to see you next year for the 100th anniversary and our third annual golf tournament.